Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is Tuesday night, and you know what that means? It's Knucklehead Comics. We in the fucking building. And from my calculations, that end credit to Thunderbolts, a.k.a. the new Avengers, we got some new theories on what the Fantastic Four will be bringing us, and we will be bringing that to you later on today. But as for right now, we got Cap in the building. What's going on, Cap?
Not much, man. It's weird. Went into, what was it? Last week the movie came out. Went into that weekend going, all right, Marvel's on a decline. Star Wars is on a decline. The first 3 episodes of Andor, blah. And now here we are, a week later. The Thunderbolts was amazing. We're talking about the end credit scene. We're going to get into it here, but Andor, from 4 to 9, Andor Season 2 has exploded and fucking jumped up to being great again. The Knicks are fucking up 3-1 on the Boston
With Jason
Celtics.
Tatum down. With Jason Tatum down.
Well, I mean, I never root for anybody to get hurt, but
hey,
I mean, this is
it has begun.
Yeah, this is crazy times, man.
Speaking of crazy times, some news that I just got in earlier today. Christian Ritter will officially return as Jessica Jones in season 2 of Daredevil.
Oh shit!
That's according to comicbook.com.
Yo, I think she's the only one to return, because I think the guy, I don't remember his name, I'm sorry, but the gentleman who played Luke Cage said he doesn't want to come back. And unless they get Jessica Hedwig, there is no Immortal Iron Fist.
Well, we always use a new Immortal Iron Fist because we never had one to begin with. Again,
Jessica Hedwig was not bad.
Yeah, she wasn't, but the shows weren't about her. What's going on, Normal Guy? What's going on, Courtney? What up, Tyson? What up, Joseph? Yo, real quick, are you hyped for Superman July 11th? It's coming out July 11th, and the name of the movie isn't July 11th.
Huh?
I had to. To me, it sounded like I said, "Are you hyped for the new Superman movie, July 11th?"
Oh,
that's what they named it.
Coming November 18th, July 11th. You know what, son? I was hyped for the Superman movie, and then I saw the 4-minute scene they put, and now I don't know what to think. Then they also did the Peacemaker trailer, and they showed some characters from the Superman movie in there, and I still don't know what to think.
Yeah, you know, the Peacemaker trailer, I was like, And that was it. That was the best I got out of it. Because we saw the first season here. Like, we did a live reaction to it. You know, while we was on stream, and it was aight. It was funny at times. It was aight. But then it was like, okay. But if this is the tone of the new DC movies, like, I'm starting to think, damn, they fucked up with Homeboy and Green Lantern. They should have made him Hal Jordan.
Dude, that's what the fuck I've been saying. Because the thing is, I know Guy Gardner's supposed to be a dick. And he looks ridiculous with the comic accurate fucking haircut. Right? But Nathan Fillion has just earned so much, so much carte blanche with me because of The Rookie, because of Firefly, because of all this other shit that he's done, Castle, that I'm like, yo, I can't hate the man.
Yeah.
So it's weird to see him play this role, knowing how much we're not seeing of him being hated. Because this isn't like a John Walker situation. He literally is the Green Lantern that everybody's like, dude, this motherfucker's here. Can we just all leave and let him get killed by this thing? Like,
And then those 4 minutes that you saw, it was just Superman, right? There was nobody else in that 4 minutes? Hero-wise?
Hero-wise, no. But there were other characters in that 4 minutes.
Shit. I don't know.
I'll tell you without spoiling. You remember the scene in the original trailer you saw where he called Crypto over?
Yeah.
It's an extended scene from that sequence.
Okay. Shit. And you're not hype at all? Okay. I guess they didn't show him getting his ass kicked. But damn.
The hypeness is weird because like I gotta see it in context with the rest of the film. Because you take it out of the film and sorry. It's so fucking hot in this room right now. It's like 82 degrees.
Shit.
You take it out of context and you can't tell what tone they're going for, what the feeling of the movie is. It's just weird. It's like if you took it's like if you watched Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, right? The old school black and white movie. There's a scene where he's playing with a little girl, and then he just picks up the little girl and throws her into the lake, and she drowns. Right? Now, if you just take that scene, as I said, what does that make you think?
He's a murderer.
Yeah. But if you know the context of that scene within the greater thing of the movie is he's essentially a toddler who's learning how the world works. And he had a nice moment with the girl as they were throwing flower petals into the lake. And he noticed that the flower petals would hit the lake and they would float on top. So he thought if he did the same, he thought the girl would also float on top like the flower petals. So he threw her in not to fucking kill her, but to get her to float like the flower petals.
Like any normal kid would have.
Yeah. So you see how in the with greater context,
yeah,
it changes completely.
Nuance.
Yeah.
Like you like to say.
I don't know. We're definitely gonna see it because we got to review it for everybody here on the show. But
Word.
I'm gonna walk into that movie the way I walked into Captain America: Brave New World. I'm just here to see what they're gonna tell me.
All right. Did you see the picture of Robert Downey Jr.? I don't want to say as Doom, but I guess he's filming Doom, and he's reading Jeremy Renner's book. It's like a black shirt with I guess muscle pads on it.
No, you got it up?
Yeah.
You know me. I don't have social media, so unless it's a website.
I don't know what you think now, because I see the serious look on his face, but it's hard not to see like Robert Downey Jr.
You know who I see?
Oppenheimer.
I see Jeffrey Dean Morgan. And for those of you who don't know who that is by name, that's the guy who plays Negan in Walking Dead.
Ah. Okay.
Like right here.
Yeah.
If you literally took a marker, right, and painted a domino mask here, I'd be like, oh, that's the comedian from Watchmen.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that. He definitely looks more serious. He just doesn't. I don't get doomed from that though. But
Yeah,
hey,
you know what
listen,
it is? He's. It's the same issue. All right, you might not like this comparison, all right? But I think the reason John Cena's heel turn is not working the way they wanted to, and is not hitting the way they wanted to, is because he actually has way more charisma than your standard heel. So when he has to, when he's cutting his promos and doing the shit now, and he turns the charisma down, you're like, something's missing. And I think that's the same with Robert Downey. Like, even in that shot, you could see in his face that he's really fucking charismatic. And is Victor Von Doom charismatic? Yes. Is Dr. Doom charismatic? Dr. Doom does not give a fuck about being charismatic. Once he glued this shit to his face, he's all about, I'm here to take every fucking thing from everyone.
It's his vein.
Yeah.
Mr. Loki goes, what do you guys think of Marvel going back to the Age of Apocalypse again?
I mean, they only did it once, so I guess they can reboot it, and it's not like them doing the Phoenix Saga 154 fucking times in different variations.
I hear you, but from what I'm understanding, they're doing the Sinister shit, so...
The what?
I don't know. The Sinister's supposed to be the big bad.
It was also reported that, what's his name? The guy who directed Thunderbolts. They're talking with him to possibly direct the X-Men movie.
Oh, nice. Shit, that puts some good faith in there.
You know who they also talked to? Ryan Coogler.
Now, that sounds familiar, but...
The director of Black Panther, Forever, Sinners.
Okay. To direct X-Men?
Yeah, he was on the list. I don't know if they actually talked to him, but he was on the list.
Okay. I can see that shit. I hope the new Fantastic Four movie is finally a good one. I mean, you can't fuck it up more than twice, right? Sony could fuck it up as many times as they tried.
There were things to like about the second Fantastic Four movie if you're a fan. Like the fact that Dr. Doom was actually able to take the Silver Surfer's fucking board and essentially leave him powerless. That's Dr. Doom. That's straight out of the
that's happened. Yeah, that happened.
It's just...
You
I think one of the have some sort of fucking accent.
Yeah,
it doesn't need to be big.
I think the biggest problem with the Fantastic Four movies are Reed Richards did not feel smart enough. He just felt like stretch guy, and Sue Storm felt like Jean Grey.
Huh.
Because Jean Grey moved this book, and then she's out for a week. Like shit. Like Sue Storm was sitting there bleeding through her nose every time something happened, and I'm here like, yo, doesn't she have more powers than that? Like, why is she the only one that suffers when she uses her powers?
So you got to remember that, what do you call it? Professor X put a block so she wouldn't turn into the fucking Phoenix.
Yeah, I'm talking about Sue Storm though. Oh. In that movie.
Well, dude, so the whole thing with the blood coming out of the nose, for her to use her power, which is really she can reflect light around herself to then look invisible. But then she can also project force fields. Now, I don't know. I don't know if you ever remember. Matter of fact, do you remember when we had to do the sled push when we played Pee Wee football?
Yeah.
You remember how you were able to run up, just just fucking manhandle it and push that shit further than anybody else?
Yeah.
Now imagine being the guy, not on the sled, but the guy who had to hold the sled. You could use all your might, and as much as you want to fucking hold it, even if you wind up holding it, you're not going to come out of it okay. Your arm's going to be fucked. You're bleeding somewhere.
I get it. But Reed Richards did not seem smart enough.
That's because I think, again, excuse me, Johnny Storm, Chris Evans, was so good at just tearing everybody down with his little jabs. And nobody had a comeback for him. The only thing the Thing can do is chase him down and try to beat his ass. He couldn't say shit back. Which is a little worrisome in this one, because you see in the trailer, when they reveal, I don't know if anybody's seen the trailer. You saw it when we were in the theater, when they were like, Sue, you're late. Like, oh shit, you're late? And Johnny's like, yo, you're going to be a great mom. And then looks at Reed and be like, yo, you're out of your depth.
Yeah.
It's like, well, how are they going to play this? Because it's going to be, again, he's not going to feel important when everybody else respects him, but only because he's on TV, he's part of the Fantastic Four, and then when you get to the real people, everybody's like, oh no, Reed's an idiot.
Oh, could it be one of those things that he's an overthinker? Well, even though he's not supposed to fucking be. He's supposed to be a genius. No, yeah, but we discussed this before. He's oblivious to certain social cues. Yeah.
Because he's hyper-focused on what's at hand, that he can't see the forest through the trees. If you know what that's saying.
Yeah.
Remember, I'm gonna do this because I haven't heard one of these stories in a long time. Our uncle used to work for Loral, which is like a company that made
the guiding systems for the F-1 fighter pilot.
Yeah, for the F-15, right? Yeah. So, kind of important job. He had a friend named Steve, and he would tell us that Steve would get so hyper-focused on the board that they were trying to fix that he'd miss the problem completely, trying to see the smallest, minute fucking thing that may or may not be wrong. But he had no clue.
There's an extra atom stuck in one of these vapor chambers that need to...
Yeah, he was like, yo, you see that one gold line here next to the fucking transistor? That's the gold line that's fucked up. And they're like, no, it's the port on the other end of the board, man. We just got to change it out.
Dial. Shit, but like, I really hope that Pedro Pascal can pull off being intelligent. Like, I don't want to say he's stupid, but pulling off being that level of intelligence where, like, right now, all we got is the family dynamic. And one of the things that we know is that Reed Richards can be an asshole to him sometimes. Right?
Yeah.
So, he's not the perfect fucking man. And we got to see how this works.
Yo.
Now, I know we're going to get into theories about Fantastic Four a little later, but that's my gripe. Like, right now, I'm confident in the Thing. I'm confident in the movie. But it's the most important factors of the movie.
It's the minute details.
Yeah, it's like...
This time it really is that gold band right next to the fucking...
Yeah, like... I'm pretty sure we're not getting Doom in this movie. Or he's not going to be a major player. But I need, like... certain things need to happen. Like, you know how when we was talking about Thunderbolts, like, yo, I can't wait to see how Taskmaster, is involved. And then they go, oh, by the way, Kapow, she's involved by getting a bullet in her fucking brain.
Spoiler alert.
I need to see how they make this man so fucking smart. You know? Because, like, in the comics, Iron Man is smart, but he's not the genius in the group.
Well, so in the comics, Iron Man plays this role. Reed Richards would spend 6 days on a problem trying to find 150 solutions that work.
So, okay.
Right? Tony would come in and go, bam, I found a solution, let's try that. And Reed would be like, yeah, that works. But if this happens, it's not going to work. We need something else in case that happens. And Tony's like, we'll do this. And if it doesn't work, we'll figure out another fucking solution. We don't need them all at the same time.
So, all right. Let me get this straight. If you gave Reed Richards and Tony Stark the same problem, an hour later, Tony Stark would be like, I got the solution. And Reed Richards would be like, I'm on solution 24.
Yeah, if you gave him the same problem, an hour later, Tony Stark is walking out with the woman who monitored the test, taking her to dinner, and Reed is like, I finally finished 47 correct solutions to this.
I get it.
And then when Sue this is where he gets in trouble, because when Sue would look at him and go, oh great, now we can go to the restaurant with Tony and his date, he'd look at her and go, or we can have dinner at home because I got a project to finish over there.
All right, don't we have Cheez-Its or something?
Yeah, like we got foie gras at home. Yeah. Herbie and the Thing have been making it all day.
Word. All right, but transitioning into more Marvel and less Fantastic Four for now, I just want to remember. I want people to remember that Baron Zemo destroyed the Avengers with words and a video.
Well, I mean,
sticks and stones may break their bones, but words split up the Avengers.
Yo, here's the funniest fucking thing. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Right? If I told you that here are your two options, I'm going to say something to you that buries in your head and lives with you for the next 6 months, or I'm just going to punch you in the face right now. Which one would you prefer? Because to be honest, just punch me in the face, and then I'll feel the pain for a day or two, and I'm done.
Shit.
Like, here's the thing that people don't understand. Certain words don't hurt, and hearing words one time don't hurt. But when it's a plethora of fucking words, a cacophony of the same word over and over and over again, fuck that. Break my arm.
Yeah, like the words of Tony, the Winter Soldier killed your fucking parents, and Cap knew about it. Hurts. Tony Stark.
Worse than him beating his ass with the shield.
Yeah.
Think about it. Tony Stark got his ass handed to him with the shield. Right? Roger stuck it dead into the fucking chest piece. And he wasn't sitting there coughing up a lung almost on death's door. He was still with the fact that Rogers never told him that Bucky killed his parents. And he said, the shield doesn't belong to you.
And one of the words that stuck with Tony Stark and that he used against Cap that hurt Cap was, You said we'll do that together too, liar. He goes, what if we fail? Then we fail together. You said we'll do that shit too, you fucking liar. You left me by myself. Where were you?
Yeah, like now, for everybody listening and playing the home game, as I like to say, we have just sat here and deconstructed that phrase and made it seem like, well, shit. The pen is mightier than the sword. But this is where you have now to build up your toughness and your thick skin. Not only so you could take the hits, but you could take the words. One ear, out the other.
Yeah. Because think about this. They lost, right? Iron Man fought Thanos and lost and gave up. Was like, yo, nah, this shit ain't worth it no more. I got a family. I got this. I got that. I can't lose what I got. He turned into Rocky 3. Captain America lost everybody and said, well, that's war. I've been here before. There's nothing I can really do about it but move on and keep trucking, and the people that are alive now we have to worry about them. And then when we got everybody back, or the chance to get everybody back, Cap fought Thanos at the end, and they won. Think about that. On the planet of Titan, Iron Man fought Thanos, made him bleed. Cap fought Thanos on Earth and whooped his ass.
Yeah, but that's unfair. You got to fucking...
No, but hold up. I know he got the Moliere and all, but Cap got Tony Stark got all them gadgets too. He had all the weapons too.
True.
But if you notice, it's like full circle. Because in the first Avenger, Cap risked his life for the Tesseract. Make sure no one got it. And then at the end, Tony Stark risked his life with all the Infinity Stones to make sure everybody came back. He fought him on Titan. Captain America fights him on Earth.
Yeah. Dude, that's why I say, fuck.
Tony Stark found all the stones to go back in time and get them, and Captain America goes back in time to bring them back.
True. But that's why I say, fuck the Trevor Slattery thing and the Mandarin review. Iron Man 3 is good. I know everybody wants to be like, but there's no Iron Man in it. He's not in the fucking suit and blah, blah, blah. And I don't care what Tony Stark does. But we needed him to get through the movie the way he did. So that at the end of Endgame, when he goes, I am Iron Man, and snaps, we get the full-fledged. And him saying, I am Iron Man, is synonymous with him being Tony Stark. They are no longer two different entities. They are no longer just some random billionaire playboy philanthropist.
Yeah.
He is the guy who will lay down on the wire.
Because he turned into Batman. But he was Tony Stark playing in a fucking mech suit. And he turned into Iron Man playing Tony Stark. Shit. Nah, listen, I get it, and that's the growth in these characters that we have not gotten yet from other characters. We're getting that with Sam Wilson, but the thing with Sam is we've seen him little bits and pieces here and there, and the on your left still got to be one of the hardest hidden lines in these movies. But you get him as Cap, and he's leading the other Falcon. But we haven't seen that I can do this shit all day.
I'm I'm going to put it this way. I think I know what the problem with Sam Wilson is. It's not a problem for people who read the comics because they know him and they know where the story is going. But for anybody who doesn't know him like that, it's the problem. It's the wrestling problem. You gave us a guy who you told us for however many movies, yeah, he's part of the crew, but don't really give a shit about him. He's part of the crew, don't worry too much about him. Then you gave him the shield, and you have an entire show of him saying he's not worthy of the shield, of everybody else saying he's not worthy of the shield. They literally gave the shield to John Walker. So now we went all these movies going, don't worry about Falcon, he's just cool. To, look, even Falcon doesn't think he deserves the fucking shield. They should have gave it to Bucky. And then we get to his movie, and the movie's like, hey, yeah, he's Captain America in a Hulk movie. Don't worry about it, Cap. We got to tie up what the fuck we did with the Hulk back in 2008. So this whole time, you've been telling us not to give a shit about him. And then when the world turns around and goes, why does he have the shield? You're like, you don't like him with the shield, but he has it in the comics. It's like, motherfucker, you told us not to care. And you know why I can make that point? Because going in...
Because you have American friends?
Huh?
Because you have American friends?
No. Because going into Thunderbolts, John Walker, nobody liked. Except for hardcore comic book fans.
Yeah.
And what did they do? In the movie, they told you Guardian is somebody you should give a shit about. Yelena is somebody you should give a shit about. Ghost, Walker, Sentry, Valentina, Bucky. These are people you should give a shit about. Taskmaster? No, don't worry about Taskmaster.
Yeah. Well, you know why? Because they put him in a situation where that fake tough guy facade isn't good enough, and they had to stand and be the real person they were. They had to break down those fucking walls and do the impossible thing. And you know what I'm saying? It's one of those things like sometimes you got to stand up in front of the thing and go, I am. You know, like there was some Rocky shit. Like, yo, he can't beat him, but listen, we're here and I'm going to do my fucking best to do it. And they didn't do that with Cap because, one, when he fought the Hulk, it was more of how the fuck is he withstanding this shit? And you have to see it's the suit and the vibranium wings. And two, he didn't really get that he's about to die, but because there's a family there that didn't evacuate, I have to stand up and go, no, kill me because you're not going to get to them. You know, like that's something that we haven't gotten.
What to that point, what also hinders is the fucking the running gag throughout. I should have took the soldier serum, the super soldier serum. I should have took the super soldier serum. Why didn't I take... Motherfucker, in the comics, Sam doesn't even fucking flinch about the fact that he doesn't have it. He got the shield and he just does his thing. You have a fucking vibranium shield and vibranium tech wings.
I mean, at this point, I think what should happen the next time he shows up, like he does a press conference or something, because, you know, we know now that he's fighting for the name Avengers. They should be like, yo, how come you didn't take the super soldier serum? And he should turn around and just straight out go, because Steve Rogers didn't think I needed it, and neither does Isaiah Bradley. I'm good enough to be Captain America without it.
Yo. Or that too.
Yeah.
But in lieu of that, wouldn't it be nice?
If I can touch
wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice if there's a moment where the next time we see Sam, some villain is sitting there like, yeah, you should have took the serum. And Sam just fucking levels him with the fucking shield. And turns out I didn't need it.
Word. What? You didn't see that coming? No, but like we saw Steve Rogers without the serum, a fucking puny little kid, stand up to a bully and go, "Yo, I got all day." Like you're not breaking my will. And yes, we have seen Sam Wilson do that same thing, whether it be with some kind of hesitation because it's not an equal fight, but he's still standing there. But also, bro, we need that. Like maybe he needed to get outsmarted by the leader. And, he came back from some shit, Like, I'm not expecting him to take a fucking punch from the Red Hulk like what's his name did in the dude from Lie to Me.
Blonsky?
Like like the Abomination did. You know what I'm saying? They get smashed into a tree.
Yo.
But something.
Wouldn't it have been cool if you're sitting there like, yo, how the fuck can he fight the Hulk? And he has some sort of like smoke bomb, right? And it goes off, and you see the shield through it, and Red Hulk hits the shield, and it goes flying, and you're like, yo, he just fucking killed Sam. And then it's revealed that when the smoke bomb went off, Sam used that to sneak around the Red Hulk and jab him in the back with the fucking vibranium wings, and bam, get the upper hand, and you're like, oh, okay. So he's not trying to go toe-to-toe. He's outsmarting him.
Yeah.
He's using other fucking tactics.
He's Batmaning him.
Yeah. And then you're like, okay. All right, I see how he can go toe-to-toe.
Yeah.
Because this version of the Red Hulk isn't fully formed yet. Because Red Hulk is 100% Thaddeus. He's Thaddeus just in red muscle, skin, and fucking power. Like, he's not Professor Hulk. Like, whereas I put it two together and now I'm not as strong. No. He's fully fledged Hulk. Thaddeus is in control. But we didn't get that in this movie. So we could play around with okay, he's outsmarting the guy who doesn't really know what's happening at the moment. And then, dude, there can even be a dope scene where the next guy who plays Thunderbolt Ross, Red Hulk, because who knows how old fucking Indiana Jones is going to be by the time he shows up again. Motherfucker's already 103 or some shit. But it would be so hilarious that the Red Hulk sitting there next to Sam. They got to work together doing some shit. And he just looks at him and goes, next time, none of that shit you pull is going to work, right? And Sam just looks at him and goes, I'll come up with new shit.
Right? But, hey, listen, hopefully all that shit gets solved in the future movies coming up. Here goes a question. I think this is also, I don't know. Because any thoughts on Nicolas Cage for Spider-Man on the Prime show, the Spider-Man
Noir.
Spider Noir?
It depends on how they play it, to be honest.
What is it? Which version of Spider-Man is it?
So if you've seen the Into the Spider-Verse, right?
Yes.
He's the black and white one that's all black with the trench coat and the fedora.
Yeah.
And he's like that 70s or that 60s, 50s fucking PI detective. Where like you go up and like, so I see you jumped out of a window. Maybe it's for the insurance money. Like that old school fucking shit. Nicolas Cage voiced him in those movies. So now they're letting him be him for the show. And if the right Nicolas Cage shows up, Because there's definitely there's a right Nicolas Cage and there's a wrong Nicolas Cage. And I'll give you the perfect example. The right Nicolas Cage showed up in Drive Angry.
Yeah.
The wrong Nicolas Cage showed up in Ghost Rider. And Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance, as they say. If you flipped and you put Drive Angry Nicolas Cage and the Ghost Rider, they would have been fucking amazing movies. So
it would have been, yeah.
If the right Nicolas Cage shows up to Spider-Man Noir, we have something. We're going to be in for a treat.
Okay. Nev Campbell has reportedly been cast as Polaris in the MCU.
That I did hear. That is something.
Who's Polaris?
Polaris is part of the X-Force or X-Factor. I think X-Factor. She is also a master of magnetism.
Okay.
And I think, I'm not too sure because I don't know too much about her, but I think she may also be a child of Magneto. That's why she has the magnetic powers.
With Wanda and...
Now again, official canon, Wanda and Pietro are not children of Magneto.
Oh.
I think Polaris is the official in canon child. But that's the last time I read it, so who knows what's changed since then. And who knows what they've backtracked because of the movies and rights and all this other shit.
Word. All right, so this is a cool thing that we had. You know how they have those Batman shorts where he identifies the weaknesses of people?
Yeah.
He actually did one for Goku.
Really?
And he was saying that Goku draws his energy from living forces in the universe. And that's where he gets his power from. So he would figure out a way to go to another dimension where there is no life forms and drain the power from Goku because he can't use that power to turn Super Saiyan and to boost up his power, and then catch him with flashbangs and all that other shit that's in his utility belt. And that's how he would kill Goku.
I swear to you, I thought you were going to say, so Batman came up with a way to destroy all the life forms on the planet so that he could fuck up Goku. The only way to stop him is kill them all.
This is what you like? Like he's just screaming, this is what you want, Goku?
Fucking... They changed the fucking song for him and he adapts the fucking Pokemon song. It's like, I gotta be the very best. Be Goku now. Kill them all.
Okay, realistically, let's say if Goku cannot turn Super Saiyan. Skill for skill, can Batman beat Goku?
No. Goku has learned on the fly and adapted to beat every single one of the greatest fighters ever fucking put in front of him. Batman cannot do that.
What about Lady Shiva?
No, because again, the one thing, even if you put Goku down to his base fucking form, the one thing you can't take from him is his adaptability. His ability to go, oh, I see what's going on, and now adapt to the fucking change in fight.
Well, I mean, Vegeta would be like, Kakarot, do you not see that Batman's left punch is weaker than his right? God.
and he would look at like, sorry, Vegeta, I was worried about his kicks. His kicks are awesome. Like,
Okay, since now we got a little bit of power upgrade. What about Captain America, Steve Rogers?
what about
Captain Rogers,
Captain Rogers?
Steve America.
Well, Steve America would stand a better chance to go toe to toe, but again, you have to go with the man who's seen more fights than anybody in his life. And the difference between Cap and Goku is Goku has seen way more hand-to-hand combat than Steve has. Steve has so much more knowledge with weaponry, with group tactics, with military tactics, but hand-to-hand. You know what Goku would be able to do? Even at his base? You give Steve the shield. Goku would get hit 2 or 3 times, and then on the 4th time, catch it. And throw it back to where Steve didn't even realize where it's coming from.
Shit. I mean,
he's he's like Superman. Like, they just write him with so much shit that you can't discount all of it. Because if you discount all of it, then you are just asking, who's going to win in a fight? Batman or some fucking guy? You're like, well, of course. I guess Batman beat some guy.
Fucking Jeff.
Yeah. Who's going to win in a fight? Batman or Cool? We don't even get Goku. It's Cool.
Yeah,
that's all
he didn't
left.
go. He didn't leave. Pacers just eliminated the Cavs. Little update. Nice.
Yo, I'm so happy because if the Knicks win, I think we stand a chance against the Cavs.
The Pacers.
Huh?
The Pacers.
Well, no.
The Pacers eliminated.
Hold on. You don't think that if the Knicks made it to the next round, you don't think they could beat a team that was eliminated?
I do, but they wouldn't have to.
Why not? Why? Yo, see, again, this is the problem with like the Royal Rumble. Why try to fight the fresh dude who just whooped somebody's ass? Beat the dude who's on the ground. Beat the dude who got his ass kicked, and you won't get eliminated.
Just let him have it. Let him have it.
I'm surprised nobody's ever done that. Like 2 mega powers are fighting in the ring, and just in the background you see somebody kicking the shit out of everybody else who's down.
Shit, I'm surprised no one's done that either.
Like that'd be perfect for the Miz or for Chelsea Green to do.
Yeah. Just beat all the people that were beaten already.
So,
all
before
right,
we get into the Fantastic Four, you want to get into Andor?
Yeah, one last fact before we go into Andor. Wolverine was once able to break through chains that were strong enough to bind Hercules.
Shit. Now, here's the question.
Did he cut through him?
How did he break him? So there's 2 questions. How did he break him? And 2, is this a situation in which these chains were specifically made for Hercules? So anybody else in them, it doesn't have the same effect.
Could be.
Because it's like Thor's hammer. It's like, yo, this hammer fucking sucks until you're worthy to wield it, and then this is the greatest thing ever.
Yeah. I mean, I would say it probably because he cut him.
It has to be. He's not stronger than Hercules.
Or maybe it's one of those things that these chains were specifically designed for gods. That they don't work, that there's just normal chains to humans.
That's what I just said.
Yeah, but you didn't say it the way that I intended to say it.
Yo, I got it. Oh, I got it. What if these chains were somehow enchanted so that only the demi-son of Zeus gets entrapped by them, but to anybody else who gets entangled in them, they're just regular chains?
Or what if, because Wolverine is not a god, the chains don't affect him the same way they do as they would if he was a god?
Or, depending on the universe, what if he did that because he was Hercules' lover? Which is true. Him and Hercules were an item in one of these universes.
Wolverine?
Yes.
That's a weird pairing.
Dude, you know what's funny? When life is finite, right? When you only have that much time, you find what the fuck you like and you stick with only with what you like. When life is endless, you have plenty of time to go, fuck it. I've had 110 years of this. What the fuck else is out there? Because at that point, doesn't fucking matter anymore.
Wolverine, I'm gonna fuck a god.
Yo. It just so happens that was the only one who said yes.
He was too old for Storm. All right. Cassian Andor. Cap, we said the first 3 episodes, man.
No. Let's say this correctly. And for all my bilingual friends out there, the first 3 episodes, and this is real as shit, were basura.
Great trash.
Yeah, with episode 3 ending in the why the fuck now?
Yo, the crazy shit is the first 3 episodes were so bad that when episode 6 was it 9? The last episode.
Yeah, last episode.
That was 9, right? The first 3 episodes were so bad that when episode 9 ended, we said that was one hell of a season finale.
Dude, that might not even be. I'm checking right now because I don't think that's the season finale.
No, you said it was like 12 episodes, right?
Yeah, I'm checking right now. Yeah, 10, 11, and 12 are out right now.
Shit.
So we got to talk because starting from episode 4 through episode 9 started the Gorm saga. All right, what the fuck were we watching? We said Daredevil was like that, where it was like anime-ish in the way they do their thing, where there were different sagas depending on which group of episodes you watch. This one was the Gorm saga. And when you start it, you're like, okay, I'm kind of into it. And by the time you get to the end, you realize you're invested in a group of people that you've never seen before, that just showed up from episode 4 till now. You're invested more so in main characters like Andor and Bix and Mon Mothma. You're thoroughly engaged in the fucking political backings and what's actually going on this planet. You are saddened by events. You are hyped by what's to come, knowing what's to come. And there's a redemption arc for me. I don't know about for you and for anybody else, but there was one character that we'll get to when we talk more in depth that in season 1 started out, and I was like, this has to be the worst written character in all of fucking TV history. This dude fucking sucks. And by the end of season 2, episode 9, I was like, this dude is an awesome character. He completely redeemed himself to the point where I was even telling Show, I see parallels between me and him.
Yeah. Well, because he was desperate. In the other one, he was desperate to get back to where he was, because didn't he do something that he lost his...
All right, so we'll get into it. So the character's name is Zero. All right, and in the first season, he was a guard or an investigator for the Empire, and he thought that he had stumbled upon the evidence that the random thievery and the random thefts were not random, and were actually the workings of a greater fucking thing that was at play, possibly a rebellion that was rising. And he tried to get it. He tried his hardest to get somebody to take him seriously. He looked like a fool because nobody gave a shit. They busted him down into, what do you call it? Into that department where he was doing nothing all day. He was just crunching numbers and doing some other bullshit. His mom got him the job because everybody was like, yo, that's all you're good for. You're a piece of shit. His mom didn't think he was worth much. All this other shit. Turned out that that's exactly where he needed to be in position of, because he found his evidence. He found more evidence of his theory, and he was actually on the trail of Andor for a little bit. And he came off as fucking creepy, right? And stalkerish with the fucking this blonde Imperial chick.
Yeah.
But then it is just the work of a desperate man who was trying to get somebody to listen and latching onto her, going, if anybody, it's got to be her. She's got to be the one that listens to me. So then we pick up with him on season 2, where he's now in charge of the fucking place he was in. And then we get to the whole crux of this saga where the Empire's like, hey, we have this planet. They're known for their silk spiders who make the finest silks and blah, 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 blah. We don't give a shit about that. They have a mineral we need in order to complete our Death Star. We need to get in there and control this fucking planet.
Yeah.
And the lady, who I'm blanking on her name because I normally, this show is really hard to follow.
Yeah, and that's somebody that can follow shit. I can't follow nothing. I don't know names of people.
Yeah, that's somebody who we literally, before getting on here, we literally just watch a Korean fucking game show where they take 30 minutes to explain the rules of a game. And we still like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. We're just going to watch this and learn it on the way. And we're still like, Andor's hard to follow.
Word.
So this lady turns around and goes, hey, what you need...
Deidre Miro.
Huh?
Miro.
She tells... what the fuck is his name? I'm playing too much Baldur's Gate, so I just have Baldur's Gate characters in my head.
Major Partagas?
Something like that. But Krennic, right? No. Is it Krennic?
You talking about the old guy that's in the base that she was with?
No.
Or Largate?
The guy who was in the bad guy in Rogue One who showed up here. Remember, I told you he was in the.
Yes.
I think it's General Krennic, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, she tells him that we need what you need in order to go in there and take over the planet is to let them think that they have a rebellion started, but set it up so that they do the wrong thing, and we can then go in there.
Orson Krennic.
I was right, Krennic. And we can go in there and use that as an excuse to set up the planet. So what they do is they send Zero. Or Zero is his name. They send him in. And he has uncovered, oh shit, there is a fucking group here. I think they're getting outside help from the fucking rebellion. And his girl Miro is like, yeah, they're getting help. Yeah. Find out who it is and report back to us. The whole time, they're building mining equipment and barracks and shit like that because they're going to strip this planet clean. The residents are like, yo, we're not stupid. We know you're lying to us. So they start a fucking rebellion. The brilliancy is Skarsgård, who I don't remember his fucking character's name at all. But he's the core
Which one was that?
Huh?
Which one is
the actor's name?
Luthen Rao.
Yeah, so Luthen. He's like the.
I got the IMDb open.
He's the guy who's in charge from the side of Coruscant, kind of, right?
Yeah.
He's pulling all the strings. He hears about a rebellion. He tells Andor, "Hey, go over there and see what they're about." And Andor shows up and goes, "What's your plan?" And they're like, "Yo, we got a guy on the inside. They're telling us what the shipments are, what the weapons are, all this shit." And Andor's like, "And what, you don't think they're lying to you? Or that there's some other reason you got this information?" He's like, "Look, you guys are not ready for this. This is not what you do. I would suggest finding something else out." And he tells, what's his name?
Well, also he said, you do know that your fucking plan is to rob a truck full of weapons and then brag about it in the middle of the fucking...
Hold on. Bam, 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 bam,
Well, this shit isn't hooked up.
That's why I put my
playing
soundboard.
it. Yeah, I'm playing it, but it's not.
Oh, good. What's going on? Yeah.
Or matter of fact, hold on. With those glasses, here's the other song. He's just a sexy Ray.
He's gonna come in late. Because he got a podcast on the podcast.
It wasn't even the podcast that made me late.
And the wrestling event on July 19th. Yeah. We got to get it all out the way
everything
now.
Everything out the way.
Yeah, all the excuses.
Yeah, all the excuses.
He stubbed his toe while signing a new wrestler to respect on July 19th in a dance-off. You believe this shit? He's having a 4-way dance-off. Not even a match. But he's getting wrestlers to dance.
Yo, I've seen the dance moves. It's gonna be something.
It's gonna be.
I don't know if it's gonna be good, but it's gonna be something.
Yeah. You know, that's like that. Hey, there you are. Do I know you? No, but you're there. That's where you are. What movie's that from, Ray?
Mm-mm. Wait, am I supposed to know that one?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll give you the actor who said it. Michael Myers.
No.
Austin Powers? Yeah, baby.
Okay.
He said it to some random dude in Vegas. Was it Vegas or Paris?
I think it was in Vegas.
Yeah.
He's
They're
going
walking up the
around doing
stairs.
something else. Somebody says something. He goes, hey, there you are. I don't know who you are, but you're there.
I wasn't the biggest fan of those movies. I'm sorry. That's all.
Oh, fucking figures. Why? Because they're white?
No. I just
Yeah, I
wasn't-
know.
You living in a world where you see red, Ray?
Currently, yes.
Hold on. Ray.
Yeah.
Are you telling me right now
Yeah.
that your eyes are the window to a dimension that is made of pure force, and if you take your glasses off, you're going to destroy half your city block?
You want to try it out?
You know
I ain't
who
gonna
he's
hit me
referencing?
through the screen. Go ahead.
You know, because he's looking at his ball right now.
Don't fucking
Okay,
threaten me.
Just break
you
up.
can't
Just
hit me
break
from
all the
here.
glass bottles from here.
Yo, you know who he's referencing, Ray?
You're on a comic book fucking show.
Holy shit!
I know
Ray.
it's something X-Men related, but
Time
I'm just like, where are we going?
Cyclops.
Yeah, no, Oh wait, so I thought it was a line from it. I'm like, I don't know. Who said
No,
it.
I said you know who
No,
he's
yeah,
referencing.
I know. That's why I was like, do you want me to try it out? So I just do this and
All right,
So let's
What have I
redeem
missed?
you
Ray.
gotta explain the rules to this fucking
Let's
guy.
redeem Ray here. One,
yes,
did you see Thunderbolts?
yes, I loved it.
Okay,
Great movie.
we're gonna get your thing real quick because you weren't on last time.
Unfortunately, no.
Nah,
Yeah,
he-
so we'll get there in a second.
He was too good for us.
2, yeah, Mr. Fucking Interview with Sonny Ono. I'm surprised the Ultimate
Word.
Dragon didn't show up.
Not yet.
2, have you watched any of Andor?
No, that I have not. Unfortunately,
Bullshit. You watched the trailer.
I saw the trailer, but I haven't seen the season.
Wait, you watched the trailer? I didn't even watch the trailer.
But all right, yeah.
Anyway.
So, but yeah, he makes the mention. He's like, "You're gonna fucking rob them, and then throw it in their face that you fucking robbed them. Are you crazy?"
Yeah. Then he also made the mention. He was like, normally you steal something and you leave. It's like, but you still live here.
Yeah.
So
He goes, the problem. He goes, the problem isn't stealing the shit. It's the problem is what you plan on doing afterwards. So Ray, catch you up.
Okay.
They took over the planet.
Okay.
And they said it was for their resources, their spider, because
Their
this
spider
planet
stuff.
makes garments.
Okay.
It's the fashion capital of the universe. So they said they were doing this shit for their spiders' silk, but they're literally looking for the fucking
Cowkite.
the fucking kyber crystal,
Gotcha.
No, Cowkite.
cowkite. Yeah,
It's
but
not
they're looking for an energy source
Okay.
for the Death
Yeah,
Star.
it's not a kyber crystal. It's for a different use for it.
Yeah, so they're looking for an energy source for the kyber. So they're gonna mine the planet.
Okay.
And they just they don't want no one knowing, but the people there know that they're there to do something. So they're like, yo, they're building, and the planet already suffered a 9/11 tragedy
Okay.
where they were protesting, this dude bring down a fucking shit and just massacred everybody that was
Yeah,
protesting.
Grand Moff
So
Tarkin.
where that happened, they're building a building that's coming to mine the shit right there where all that shit happened.
Gotcha.
So
to be more
Andor,
to be
yeah, go
more
ahead.
precise, they have a monument in the town square where it happened, and the building, which they were told that the building is not going to interfere with any of that, but they're building a building towering over and casting a shadow of the Empire on that fucking monument.
Yeah. So basically, the people there, they want to fight back because they know that something's happening.
Okay.
So they ask for help from the rebellion. They send Andor, and they go, "Yo, we got a tip from someone that works inside the building, the Empire, that they're delivering guns in this thing, and we're gonna steal it. We need your help to steal it." And Andor goes, "You do know that these fucking people are experts in giving you false information, right?" Which actually, that statement is fucking true, and we'll get into it later, a little later, because someone was given false information. It just wasn't them.
Okay.
And then he goes, "So the plan is you're gonna rob the truck in your city, take the weapons, and then put it on display that you stole the weapons from the truck in front of the fucking building that they built in front of the monument where they killed all of you people. Yeah, you guys are amateurs. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this.
Yeah, so he reports back to Skarsgård.
The kingpin of Hollywood is here.
He reports back to Skarsgård, and this is where you see that the war part of Star Wars, all right? Because Star Wars, everybody thinks of Star Wars as, it's good versus evil, light side versus dark side, Sith versus Jedi, lightsabers and gun blasters and cool space battles. And you forget...
They don't really talk about the rebellion.
You forget that this is taking place in the middle of a war. So we are seeing now that both sides of the war are horrendous.
Because even Sol Guerrero.
Sol
Guerrero, yeah.
Because now when he tells Skarsgård, like, yo, these people are not fucking ready. Skarsgård turns around and is like, you disappoint me. You should have fucking told them to go ahead. He's like, but what the fuck happens if... He's like, but they're gonna die. And he goes, yeah, if Gorman burns, it'll burn spectacularly.
He's like, fuck it. They kill him, they're martyrs.
Yeah, so...
And then you sit there, and that's when Andor is like, are you fucking crazy? You're willing to sacrifice this whole fucking planet for martyrs? Like, that's not what we... Like, in Andor's head, he's like, that's not what we do here. We're supposed to win this fucking war. We're not supposed to kill each other to fucking... for hopes that someone else likes what we did.
Yeah.
Which is crazy, because then they send somebody that will say yes to him. And then the fucking people that weren't ready to do it gets one of the people that was sent there killed.
Yeah, it turns out they weren't ready. And an accidental shot gets one of the rebellion people killed.
Because this is the problem. When, like the girl said, they're saying the plan, and another guy jumps in and goes, we should do this and this. And she goes, the first thing you need to learn how is to shut up. You need to learn how to shut up and take orders. If you're going to be a part of this army, you got to shut up and take orders. You can't put your 2 cents in. This is the plan. This is what we're going to do. And then he got cute and wound up killing the bitch. Because none of these motherfuckers could just take orders. But yeah, and then so that was episode 4. Like, that was the first episode of the show that was good. the first the first 3 episodes it's a mission to get through. Like, it's a chore.
So should I just start from 4?
No, well,
I mean,
I would say actually, yeah.
I couldn't keep up with what was happening anyway. But the thing is, they skip years. So, like, episode 1, something happens. Episode 2, something happens. And it goes a year from now. 14 months from then. Okay. Like, this is what happened. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So,
I would say definitely, start
if you're lost, then go back and watch it. But
matter of fact, do it like the original trilogy. Watch 4, 5, and 6, and then if you want to, go back and watch 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
Watch 7, 8, and 9.
And then email Hayden Richardson and be like, you fucking fool.
So we're gonna jump around here to wrap up for time, so we can devote more time for our main topic, which
Ray the Hitman Hart.
What do you call it? Ray can actually get involved in this conversation.
Yeah.
So we get to the thing where everything's set up. They steal the guns. This dude accidentally kills one of his own. They're lounging around. The Empire is now setting up shit where they are now sending more. They're getting their plans in order. They're sending more fucking shit to mine this planet.
You explained what the Empire is doing, right?
Yeah, so the Empire wants the calcite mineral that's inside the planet. Wait,
Yeah.
what?
The plan with those rebellion, with the
Not
rebellion.
yet. I'm getting to that.
Okay.
All right, so they're setting all that shit up.
Season two is pretty much gonna end at the beginning of Rogue One.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're setting shit up, right? And they're now rumors that other people have been coming in and interfering with shit. Outside agitators, as they call them. Zero has now been tipped off because they fucking invaded his office. It's like, yo, we need to fucking sweep for listening devices and shit. And he's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Have you seen season 1, Ray?
Season 1 I saw bits and pieces. I didn't see them.
All right, so the white guy that was in that thing with the mom?
Yeah.
That's Cyril.
Okay.
Yeah. So
he's been promoted.
This is where you start to see the character change a little bit.
Okay.
Because, like I said, I thought he was a punk. And then this dude comes in and he's like, everybody out. And he's like, no, fuck you. Everybody stays. We got work to do. It's like, you don't tell us what the fuck to do. And they literally had to force him out before they got everybody else out. And he's starting to pick up wind and maybe something's a little off.
Okay.
But he's reporting back. He's doing what he's supposed to. And then we skip around. Andor was told by one of his, I think his brother-in-law? Or I don't think they're married. So the brother of the woman he's with. Bix.
Ooh.
This is what Andor, remember, so that guy who was with Saw Gerrera, who built the bomb.
Yeah.
He comes back and tells Andor, yo, we got to go to Gorm. The blonde lady's going to be there. Miro's going to be there. We can fucking snipe her and be done with it.
He's waiting to be dead.
Yeah, because she's the one who set up Bix to be tortured in season 1. Which, by the way, in the shit that we're cutting out, Bix is having her issues. And there's a fucking awesome moment where the guy who did the torturing walks into work, acts like nothing's wrong, shows up in his office, gets fucking cold cocked. He's in the fucking chair. Bix is there. She puts the fucking thing on him like he did to her.
Yeah.
Turns everything up to 11. Spinal Tap reference. And turns around and is like, yo, it's going to be a few seconds, but for you, it's going to feel like an eternity. Same shit that he told her. All right? Turns it on. Walks out of the room. They're walking confidently. I got this motherfucker. And this is why I love Andor so much. Andor meets up with her. He's walking with her too. They're like, yeah, we got him. And Andor's like, cool, but just in case. Boom! And blows up the fucking building that he... specifically the floor he's on.
Yeah, that was fucking fire.
It's like, you know what? Let's double tap. But wait. Man, that works.
the best part is that was episode 4 too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just starting from episode 4.
Yeah, like that was...
I think that
was one of
episode
those...
4.
Yeah, that was one of those... Just in case you didn't think we was about to do some shit,
boom,
shit done been done.
Yeah.
So, you're welcome.
Holy shit! Imagine it's just like, hold on, let's to make sure. Beep.
Word.
Jeez.
So now we get to Miro shows up on the planet on Gorm, and these rumors are flying around that there's outside the agitators.
Okay.
Right? But the people are like, no, it's not outside agitators. That's the fucking... They're bringing more equipment.
Gotcha.
Zero, who's involved kind of with the resistance, gets word of this, and he's confused. So he goes up to Miro and is like, yo, what the fuck is happening? You were telling me one thing, They're telling me something else, and I'm seeing with my own eyes something is wrong here. And then we get the turn of all turns. Once he realized he's gotten played, she's like, yo, there are no outside agitators. There's going to be another fucking massacre here. We're going to blame it on outside agitators. Said that they caused an uprising, and we're just defending ourselves.
So where that comes from is that she gave the idea to Kieran, the guy from Rogue One.
Okay.
Krennic.
That what you need is a rebellion to do the wrong thing. So she got him to go along with being a spy where he would give information to the rebellion so that way they can turn around and go, we got the balls now to take our planet back.
Because they think they
So
have...
when they start doing shit, she's like, good. Let them get that win. Let them feel confident. And then when they start making mistakes, we take advantage of it.
Yeah, so now, here's the fucking crux of it, right? This is why there's a turn. Because what Sarah heard was, let them get their win. They get their confidence. When they make their mistakes, we take advantage of it. Meaning, we root them out, and we go, ha, we caught the fucking rebellion here, and they have been aided by a bigger rebellion to the fucking Empire. I was right. We rooted it out. Now we know who to target. But what she actually meant was, we, the Empire, are going to make it look like they started a fucking riot. And we are going to wipe them all out so we can control the narrative.
And we could take this fucking planet.
Yeah, and he was not at all with it, to the point where, yo, Disney had the balls to do this. I mean, they had the balls to do what they did in episode 3. They had the balls to do this. He fucking grabs her shoulders. She's like, yo, you're hurting me. As she's telling him, was like, yo, we can go home as heroes. We won. He knows this is wrong. He grabs her shoulders. She's like, yo, you're hurting me. He's like, how long have you known? She won't answer. And this motherfucker just Shannon Sharps her.
Yeah, nah.
Yo,
he starts choking.
He chokes the shit out of her. To the point where you could tell the moment where she went from, this dude's a punk, he's a puppet, I can easily control him, regardless of if she actually fell for him or not.
Yeah.
You can always tell there's an underlying, this dude's a bitch. I got him.
Yeah, I got him to do whatever
and
I want.
in that moment, you could see, as that switch flipped in him, you could see in her eyes, holy shit, I was wrong about him.
Yeah.
He's been playing the fool. So he leaves and walks right into the middle of the square. And now the plan enacts.
Well, real quick, they told everybody that worked for the Empire to go in the building.
Okay.
Yeah,
because so it was like they heard something was gonna happen. These guys were protesting outside and all that other shit. They're like, "Yo, get our people into safety." The soldiers that were there, I guess, were there for patches because,
we also got to mention before you get to that, the people did show up in the town square. Everyone. And they're so everything's in French or a French-ish type language.
Okay.
Right? So they're all chanting and they're all kind of like, for lack of actually knowing what they're saying, it's kind of one of those, get the fuck out, you pieces of shit, get the fuck out. Like you could see that, okay, so they're fucking angry.
Yeah.
Pushing them to violence is going to be easy. One of the guys who's part of the rebellion actually notices this and does the smartest thing he can do. He goes closer to the monument in the center of the square, and he just starts singing what I'm assuming is their national anthem. And he gets the crowd to turn to him, where instead of angry chants, they're now all just singing non-violently their national anthem, their pride. You can't take this from us.
Yeah. So
that's when
yeah. So, but right before that, the Empire sent Army Brigade there, and the dude was like, "I point, you fucking say who to, you kill the motherfucker I point at." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I aim, you're the trigger.
Yeah, he told that girl that got choked.
Yeah.
He's like, this, we're doing this, and you're gonna fucking listen. And you're gonna pull the trigger when it's time to, because I'm not here to be under you. You know, like I'm not taking orders from you. This is the plan. So he goes and he got everybody there, and he sends his army or his little brigade. He goes, push these motherfuckers back. And the dude is like, sorry, what? He goes, go out there and push these motherfuckers back, and make sure that they stay in the fucking center of the thing. It's for our safety. And like the guy's like, okay, like he has no choice but to do it. So he sends his army there, like he sends his people there. It's like a SWAT team. They got the shields. They started to push shit back. When they started pushing the people back, the people started pushing against them. There's a fucking sniper on the roof, and he shoots one of his own people.
Oh shit!
And that's what, and that's when the captain goes, "Oh shit, they're firing on us!
Oh, so
fire back!"
Yeah, he sparked the fucking.
Yep.
That's the moment where she had to be the trigger, because she got the call.
Yeah.
And she hung up the phone, and he was like, "What did they say?" And he forced her to like proceed.
That's crazy. Which is crazy because that's been war tactics before fucking just creating
So
fucking
false flag operation. Now, this is where the show is so fucking great.
Okay.
Cyril is out in the street. Andor is there because he's trying to snipe this woman, right? But he can't find. She doesn't stand near the window long enough.
Oh, okay, so
and through them, you are seeing what chaos looks like.
Yeah.
You are seeing confusion. You are seeing what it looks like. This is why I say this show is so fucking good. Because you are seeing not only a rebellion force, an oppressive force, where you're like, oh, it's easy to pick sides. It's like, really? It's easy to pick sides? Well, what about this? The oppressive force fired on its own people. The people they fired on didn't want to go out there. Thought it was crazy that I was like, but they're singing. They're not doing anything.
They're not violent, yeah.
Then, without knowing where anything was coming from, literally are just trying to protect themselves. Because they don't have information. The people, they think that they're being fired on unjustly. So now they gotta defend themselves. And it's an all-out fucking Donnybrook. And it's like, well, we know, we could tell who the bad guys are, yes.
Yeah.
But within there, they literally make it a point to say that the brigade that showed up are the youngest ones that they had.
The naive.
Yeah, they're the kids fresh off of fucking training.
Yeah.
So I did it on purpose just to throw that.
Because you know, Ray, you know how everybody says that it's beautiful that Thanos thought he was right and he thought he was doing the right thing, and people are like, yo, Thanos did the right thing. Like, there's an argument to be made that
because of the piece.
What he did say,
because of the piece. Yeah.
Now, Cyril, when you finally see what he's about, you sit there and go, wait, this guy really thought he was on the right side of it.
Yeah.
And he was
most corrupt leaders do. They believe that they're doing it for the right reasons. And when you look at systematically like what their reasoning was, it's like, I get it, but your execution was fucked up.
Yeah.
Because
It's kind of like Hitler.
I didn't want to say it, but yeah, because if you look at what he technically was doing, the reasoning, it was like, it made sense. But then it's like, but you're fucked up.
Okay.
Yeah. And then when the thing is, right then,
I got to do this to save Ray.
Yeah.
Because I guarantee you, nobody's been watching the History Channel. Nobody remembers this from school.
No one gonna remember.
And what you just said sounds bananas.
Very, very
kind
much.
Of, kind of. Like, all right, I get it. Yeah.
That's why I didn't want to say what I said, because I'm like,
nuance.
But I'm gonna help you out here.
Yeah, please remember the
nuance and context. Yeah. And this context only. Germany had started problems with the Archduke of Austria, and that started World War I. They got fucking destroyed, and they got heavily sanctioned. And it crippled Germany.
Yeah, because they had to pay the Treaty of
Versailles.
Yeah.
So
I can't remember how to pronounce it. I was trying to look it up, and I'm like,
in regards to German pride,
yes,
Hitler's original plan,
context here, original plan,
right, was to put Germany back on as a superpower and to reinstill pride.
Yes,
because he had lived through World War I and just the absolute shellacking of Germany in the war, financially, politically, and in the world standing. That's the baseline of where he started. Everything else from then up was fucking all hell and shit, and he deserved. I'm upset if he actually did kill himself, because he deserved somebody else putting the bullet in his head.
Agreed.
But to save Ray,
I was like, I didn't want to mention Hitler because I'm like, it's gonna sound very like, no. Again, the original ideology or mindset made sense till he started acting on everything else. So
yeah, because what essentially happened is he had that, but then he literally was like, "Yo, these people in the English and the French killed us this way. The Italians did some other shit.
Yeah.
The Gypsies did this shit." Now he started bringing in his personal. The Gypsies did this shit to me. The Jews did this shit to me. This person did this to me. So now I'm getting my get back.
Yeah,
that's where he
absolute power corrupts.
Well, that's what I was going to say. The 19th century English historian writer, my boy Lord Acton, says power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Yeah, no, it's so true when you look at everything, and again, it goes with the show here that it's like that absolute power that's like.
Well, see, the thing is with Star Wars, it's kind of like that, but I was gonna say Putin, fucking Palpatine, was just straight out looking for eternal life, pretty much. Yeah. You know, and having all those resources and everything to rule the it's just he just wanted to have that one perfect body that he could transfer his consciousness to and never die, because Plagueis was looking for that also, and he corrupted Palpatine's mind with that.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much like his motivation, but it's that power corrupted. But so like I was saying, in that scene where we start seeing that, oh, this guy is he's a good man, thinking that he's on the right side, but like we say, perception is key. You might think you're doing the right thing, but it's the wrong thing for them. You know? Like to be like a cop pulls you over for my protection, I need you to do this. But you're putting me in danger. You know what I'm saying? It's like they don't see the other side of it because they think that their side is right. And in that same situation, you see Andor start questioning, like, wait a minute. The shit that they just did to their own people in order to massacre this planet is the same shit that this guy's willing to do to get this planet massacred also.
The same result.
Like they both, like we're literally fighting each other to get the same outcome.
Or, and in this case, instead of, that thing, fight fire with fire?
Yeah.
Andor and Zero, in that moment, both realize that they're not only fighting fire with fire, they're using the same torch.
Yeah. They're both burning the shit down.
Yeah. And it is, that scene is every bit horrific, tragic, saddening.
Yeah.
It hits, and again, this is why I'd say this show is fucking great, because these are characters we met 4 episodes in. We weren't with them from the beginning. Episode 4 till 9, 5 episodes. And in that time span, we are actually saddened when we're like, they released the fucking K2SOs. And when they come out, holy shit.
Yeah.
They're like kicking people halfway through the fucking plaza.
Yeah,
One
there's
of
no
the
mercy.
main girls, who was the daughter of the guy who was leading the rebellion, she got Gwen Stacy'd. And for anybody who doesn't know what that means, she got picked up and thrown, and she died when her head smacked the fucking ground. And again, I might not know her name, but being with her for 4 to 5 episodes, or 4 episodes at this point, they were effectively able to make me care so much that it was hard to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're like, holy shit.
And the thing also, her father was the person that Andor told, you guys are not ready and the shit you're doing is stupid. I'm not going to help you. And he realized right before the day happened, like, wait a minute. Outside agitators, this, that, we played right into their fucking hands. You need to tell these people to stop protesting. You need to tell these people to stop it because we're feeding it to them. We're feeding it to them. We know this. And he realized, like, Andor was right. We did what they wanted. Because going back to what I told you earlier, Ray, when he said these people are experts in giving false information, they did not give false information to the rebellion. They gave false information to the man giving information to the rebellion.
Yeah, and now, to get to him specifically, Andor's still trying to snipe Miro. Right? He's trying to use this as a diversion.
Okay.
With all this shit going around him. Miro is walking around like, fuck, I did this. Then he catches Andor. He sees Andor. And from episode 1, season 1, the man he's been chasing is finally in front of him. And it looks like he's about to go, fuck it. It doesn't matter anymore. Until Andor puts up his sights. And then the man who was nothing for an entire season and 4 episodes, who just had enough balls to, once again, Shannon Sharp his lady, sees Andor, raise the gun, and now he's fucking Andor up. And now we see something that is the saddest moment for him. Because they literally have M. Bison Chung Lee moment. Where Zero's like, yo, I finally got you. And Andor, who's fighting this dude, is like, who the fuck are you? Because he doesn't know this is the dude who's been chasing him.
Yeah.
And he's got Andor dead to rights. And Andor's brother-in-law, for lack of a better term of knowing who he is.
No, it was old man.
Huh? Was it the
old man? Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was his brother-in-law. So the leader of the rebellion
Gotcha.
snipes Zero on the head, saving Andor. And then again, we get the moment where we go back to Miro, and she's full on she does her report. After her report, she's full on fucking panic mode, anxiety attack, and now you could see that she is not going to be able to live with what the fuck she did. But she still, and again, this is when you handle shit well, and it's acted well and it's written well, and the direction given to her was fucking awesome. Because as she's going through the emotions of she probably got serial killed, she fucked up that relationship, she probably actually did like him, she just murdered her own people and murdered a bunch of innocent civilians. It was her idea. She gave the order. All this shit, it's flooding her. You see, she's actively trying to keep the facade of the fucking empire, which is somebody who's struggling through something, who doesn't want to admit it, or is in a spot where they can admit it.
Yeah,
that's what they do. I have to keep this mask on.
Now get this. It goes something that I don't think anybody's ever mentioned before. You ever wondered why the Empire and the New Republic and all these people could do shit like this? Because they're not. You are. It's easy for me to tell, yo, Ray, shoot that person in the face. I didn't shoot him. You did. And when you realize that you just shot somebody, you have to live with the fact that you killed him.
Yeah.
She has to live with the fact that she did all that stuff. The person who gave her the order was like, I didn't do it. You successfully completed your mission. It was your idea to do it. We went with your idea, and it worked. Thank you. All the blame goes on her.
Fuck.
Even when the guy came to the planet, he made sure she said proceed. Not him.
Damn, that's...
Even Andor. Dude, even the rebellion. Go over there and help them steal the shit. Nah, it's not going to work. I don't give a shit if it's not going to work. They're going to get themselves killed. That's the plan. Nope, fuck out of here. I'm not doing that. When the fuck did you start? Literally, this was the conversation. When did you start thinking? Because you're not a part of the rebellion anymore. When did you start thinking? Yeah. When did you start becoming selfish? He goes, bullshit. I've been thinking for myself this whole time. And why'd you go here? Why'd you go there? He's trying to manipulate him. Dude, you made these choices to do all that shit. Now all of a sudden you... But that's what it is. It's both sides. That's why people see Forrest Whitaker is crazy. Because Forrest Whitaker's on something. I'm not going to tell you to kill him. I'm going to kill him. It takes too much time for me to tell you to kill him.
Yo.
Dude, tell him about what Forrest Whitaker did to his own person.
So, the side plot there is Andor's brother-in-law is some sort of like mechanical genius.
Gotcha.
And he came up with this device that was able to get into some system. All right? But the way in which the system works is there must be a code or something that changes every day. So you don't know which one to pinpoint. So the dude built it so that you could just show up and try to pick the lock on any day. You just got to know all the sequences. So that if you see one, you can connect the breadcrumbs and go, all right, that must lead to this, must lead to that, must lead to this. And you can get it done. Forrest Whitaker, Saul Guerrero, is like, yo, I need you to teach him how to do this. Right? And this guy's like, yo, I can't get it done. I can't get it done. It's too much. He's like, Saul, I need you to tell me, what are we going after? Which one is it? And Saul looks at him and goes, you need to know which one it is. The thing I haven't told anybody. Okay. It's this. And then the very next scene, they got him by the neck. They throw him in front of everybody. And Saul Guerrero shoots him in the head. It's like, this man is a traitor. Now, whether he was a traitor or not, I don't know. They don't explicitly say it.
Yeah.
But that's how paranoid Saul is. Instead of taking my chances with people who are going to question me, can't deal with it. Take him out, and I'm only left with people who are going to do exactly what I say when I say to do it. Because it's the only way I can trust them.
And to top it off, he gave him the wrong information. Because he said it. He goes, this trader just told them that we're going to be over here. But little do they know that we're going to be on the opposite side of the galaxy. Like, he told them another fucking planet that's like 25 parsecs away or whatever.
But again,
you want to call it.
Again, you can make the case that that was a lie too. I don't know for sure. So now we get to the thing, right? It happened. The massacre happened. And the funniest thing happens is at this point, Toe has not realized that a week before he had read out loud the exact ending of episode 9.
Yeah.
And I'm watching him the whole time looking at him like, do you not know? And I mentioned it a few times and I was like, nah, I'll tell you after. Because I was waiting to see if he was going to put together that the man who hates spoilers,
spoiled it for himself,
said it live on air a week before they even put those episodes out. But go ahead, explain what happens in episode 9 since you spoiled it for everybody 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, so episode 9, Mothma.
I was gonna say Mothra's on the show. Holy shit!
Dude. It's some of these accents are hard to fucking make out. So I'm hearing Ma. I guess it's short for Mothra.
Yeah.
Mothma.
Yeah.
I'm hearing Mothra and Mothma.
So
and like I'm
her name is Mon Mothma.
Mon Mothma.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm hearing Mom. And I'm like, well, I don't know why they call her Mom, but I guess it's a respect thing. So she sits there and she's like, yo, we know this is bullshit. What happened to that planet? Now, the dude who is the representative for that planet in the Republic or the Senate, they arrested him that day that happened because they said that he's the one that incited the shit. And she tells Jimmy Smith's character, who's now Benjamin Bratt, I need to speak to the council. And he's like, if you speak to the council, they're going to fucking kill you. So this is the plan. You speak to the council. As soon as you're done, you leave the planet. So she was like, okay, I got to make plans to leave the planet. She finds out that her assistant was working for the guy who's controlling Andor. And she's like, fuck, I can't trust him because I can't trust that guy because everything he fucking tells me is a lie. And he keeps saying, no, this is the truth. I need to protect you. But she's in this part where everyone in here is a liar. And I can't trust anyone, which is pretty much how she needed to be until someone proves that she can trust her. So Benjamin Bratt's character turns around and is like, I got people that will take you out of the planet. Just go to section 13, dock 13, and they'll meet you. Homeboy tells Andor, I need you to get her off the planet. You tell her that I got friends everywhere. And the dude that was her assistant goes up to Andor, is like, all right, I got you in. This is blah, blah, blah. And it turns out that Benjamin Bratt's people, one of them was a patsy. One of them was working for the rebellion.
Real quick, just for anybody playing the whole home game, Benjamin Pratt is now Bail Organa, Princess Leia's adopted father.
Yeah. Listen, I know their names better than I know the characters' names. And so she goes there, and what wasn't mentioned during the massacre, Andor's wife's brother, he fell in love with a woman there on that planet. She was on the CB radio trying to get out to the rest of the galaxy that if you still believe in truth, you would know that these people are attacking us. They're massacring us. Believe in truth. Don't let truth die. putting that out there. So part of Mon's fucking speech was, the truth is the Empire did this to them. And this was a massacre, like the massacre that happened before, and we can't let this shit happen. And this, that, like, I was waiting for her to turn around and be like, and today is our Independence Day. Like, she put out a speech. I'm going to let Cap tell you the stipulation, how she got to talk, but go ahead.
Bail Organa, right? So, the Empire is controlling everybody.
Okay.
They are only letting their own people talk. So whoever's gonna say, "Hey, the Gorgonites fucking attacked us first. It was only self-defense." Those are the only people who are getting to speak.
Gotcha.
Somehow, Bail Organa gets to speak, and he pulls the smoothest motherfucking move ever. Because he is like, yo, it is in the bylaws of this Senate that in a state of emergency, we are allowed to bring up a speaker who otherwise would not be able to speak. And if you listen to, and I forget the dude's name, but he's like, if you listen to this dude, and the amount of times he said this was an emergency, then we have to listen to him and take it as such. And I'm invoking that rule. So he turned around and was like, yo, you let your people come up here and say emergency, emergency, emergency. So then it's an emergency. I'm invoking this rule, and I'm putting Mon Mothma to speak. Which was fucking... I wish Democrats would do this shit in real life. Yeah. We'd have so much better time if the Democrats were like, aha, you said it, we're doing it, fuck you. Like,
but yo, bro, and then so she gets her speech, amazing fucking speech, and Andor sees her outside of the door and convinces her, like, I'm gonna get you off the planet. So she's with him. When they bump into the person that
was a spy,
Benjamin Bratt, that was a spy for the Empire, she pulls out a gun, and he's standing in front of Mothra, and
Mama Mothra.
Yo, dude, and he's like, yo, I'm not gonna let you fucking kill her. And as soon as he got the chance, the littlest distraction, blah, he shot her right in the face.
It was her. It was the other guy. Her second-hand man that she no longer trusts.
Got it.
Yeah. Dude, it was one of those, we don't have time for this shit. Boom. So he's walking down the corridor on the outside.
Real quick.
Her driver comes. Yeah.
Right as the second-hand man shoots the Empire guard.
Yeah.
Andor takes this opportunity to be like, anybody else want to fucking say something? Leave him.
Yeah. Yo, word. Anyone else wants to get shot?
Yeah, all could get it right now.
Yeah.
Like,
word.
You want what?
So he's about that shit.
Yeah.
He's about that shit. So he's walking out, and the driver of this woman is a plant for the Empire.
Gotcha.
He's like, yo, I haven't seen her. He gets out, he sees her. He's like, I can't let you go nowhere. He goes, who the fuck is this? My driver. Boof! Shoots his ass too.
Yo, but he does it. So going into
he did it like Han Solo.
Going into the thing, they're talking to the driver, and he's like, I haven't seen her. I'm waiting out here. She's gonna come to me. And I'm telling Toe, I'm like, yo, I'm sorry. I was like, I think this dude has to die. Like, I don't see him getting out of this. And Andor literally is like, yo, what's his name? Tevin? Cool. He's like, yo, Tevin, I found her. We're getting her out. Bong! Get out of
here. Yo, for real.
Yo, my guy came out with the pew, 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 pew.
Yeah. Yeah. It was one of those things. At this moment, this woman is enemy number one.
Yeah.
And the only way to get out of this situation is as quickly as possible. If you walked in front of her, you're getting got.
Oh, shit.
Yo. They eventually get her out, right? And the plan is she's not going with Andor.
Okay.
She's going with another group of rebellions to the same place.
Okay.
Right? to Yavin, but she's gonna make a speech. All right.
Okay.
And the thing is, when like Andor lands, they turn around and like, "Oh, you're not gonna what do you call it? We need her." And he goes, "Yeah, I know already." He's like, "How do you know?" He's like, "Because I heard her talk." He heard the first speech.
Yeah.
But here's the brilliance of this writing. Everybody who's not there in either Rogue One or Episode 4, every single person does the smart thing. It's like, yo, I'm going to Yavin. You got to come with me. And the writers make sure that everybody has a good reason, like, nah, I can't go. I got to do other shit. I can't be there. And was smart of them to even have the characters ask, because it would have been ridiculous if everybody noticed, wait a minute, you're getting out, but you're not trying to take Bail with you, or you're not going to try to take Skarsgård with you, or you're not going to try to take this bitch with you, or you're not going to try to, nobody's going. Like, what happened? They just all decided not to go, and it's like, oh, people asked, and they were like, we're playing other positions right now. We don't need to be there during the 2 movies we're not.
Yeah.
And
yeah, man, it
also ends with them. So the K2SOs, one of them is chasing them during the fracas, and it gets run over and cut in half, essentially. So Andor takes him, and he's like, yo, can you rebuild this dude for me? They rebuild him, and like, yo, Andor, your robot's ready. He shows up, and everybody's like, all right, step back. We can talk to this thing. The program gets wiped. And Andor's like, yo, fuck that. Holds the gun right on him. And K2SO wakes up and goes, oh, I'm sorry. Did I do anything to offend you? And Andor was like, no. And he's like, well, then I'd appreciate if you stop pointing that gun at me. And that starts the moment with these two. We'll see what happens in these next 3 episodes leading into Rogue One, but that's the first time they met.
And it's just pointing the gun. It's ready.
Word. Andor and about that shit, I'll fucking shoot you.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Hey, talk about on site. Pew pew.
Yo,
No.
yeah, Eddie
Andor's
Kingston,
on
take
site.
some notes. Take some fucking notes.
That's how you do pew 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 pew.
This motherfucker be on site with people he don't even know what they look like.
Pew.
Word. All right, but now, since Ray saw the new Avengers,
Yeah.
and we all saw that final cutscene.
Yeah.
First, let's get your thought on the movie.
Oh, okay. So Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
Why
does everybody say it wrong?
What is it?
The Thunderbolts. Like, come on.
Wait, we have to say the whole thing. The what was it? What was the soccer team?
John's Electric Company's
Sponsored by
He never
Marigold,
said that. He just yelled
the
the Thunderbolts, and that was it.
They're on Wheaties, man. They're on Wheaties. No, that movie, it had the right amount of emotion, right amount of comedy effect. It didn't try to be cute with the funny. That's why I like that. It wasn't like, okay, so we're just doing Guardians of the Galaxy, but with a new cast type deal. The beginning, I'm just like, what? Why did they bring Taskmaster back? Like,
oh, you know why they bring her back.
To right the wrong. It's like the original Crow. To right the wrong. So
that was, talk about,
Pew, that was
instantly.
You know what it was? At the writers' meeting, they had Martin Lawrence in there, and they said, you don't like the Q76? 76 flavors? Go to Baskin and Ramen. Get it out of here. We're bringing back the male Taskmaster.
That's like, I'm wondering, is that what they're gonna do? Just like, hey, we gotta replace next movie. We're bringing in another Taskmaster.
Benjamin Bratt is gonna be the fucking Taskmaster.
But No, such a just oh man. I didn't think this was gonna be the mental health movie that we were gonna get. But fuck. If you ever dealt with fucking depression and dealing with that type of mentality, it's just like you feel this movie. But also Bob fucking stole the show. I love Bob. Also, I can't see Glenn playing Bob.
Stephen Glenn?
Yeah, I can't see
Yo,
I can't see him being Bob.
because again, we were talking about this with Robert Downey and Doom.
Yeah.
He's a little too charismatic.
Yeah. But this worked. This worked. I like this portrayal of Century. The Yelena just I liked her finally being vulnerable for a moment and having that moment of just breaking, like I was alone. Like just having that moment of like, just she lost her sister, having all that, dealing with all that. But yeah, it's a really good movie. It's one of those I was like, okay, this is one of those I'm gonna have to get when it comes out on 4K and just actually keep rewatching again and again because it was really good. But the end credit scenes, which they teased that one of them, which we know which one it was going to be the longest that they've put out.
It was 2 minutes or something.
Did it feel like a longer scene? To me, it just felt like the same that we usually get. And I was like,
no,
okay.
that definitely was a complete.
Was it?
Oh, they spent like 30 seconds arguing about how to not only orient the satellite, but to get the imagery up.
Yeah, but then the copyright.
Yeah, I think it was like 2 minutes and 45 seconds or something like that.
Okay.
When most scenes are just like they would have went and said, "Yo, there's something in the atmosphere. Pull it up," and then they would have shown. You know, here they also talked about the fucking Avengers copyright that Sam Wilson's mad that they fucking got. You know, they're fucking also
dealing with that Bob can't become void and all that.
Well,
yeah, you know,
it's not that he can't; it's he doesn't remember.
Yeah,
but also no, he said that if I'm going to be the Sentry and the void comes out, he's like it's both of us. I can't. Yeah. But yeah, that and the fucking what's your boy's name? Cap
Walker.
Yeah, he's like maybe he could bend this shit back.
Yeah, when he remembers, can he fucking yo? Because okay, so am I the only one that when that scene happened, right, when he beat the shit out of all of them, did anyone else scream "It's the Illuminati" all over again?
No,
just me.
Well, wanting to beat the shit out of the Illuminati,
like, damn, like he beat the shit out. It was like
yeah, but the difference was you got to go kill them. Why? They're not threatening me.
Yeah, and also the difference is you don't have somebody who's made of cosmic energy. You don't have an actual super soldier. You don't have the smartest man alive. You don't have somebody who could talk your ear off.
I know. I was just like, it felt like that for 2 seconds. Because I was like,
I can see. But yo, dude, in my head, I was like, so this is what Superman would look like in the Marvel, in the Marvel universe. Basically. And also, I was like, I would love it just a little bit if the Hulk jumped through that window and punched him in the fucking face. I kind of want to see him get punched in the fucking face by the Hulk. Give it to me. Give it to me.
Yeah, because it's like iconic scenery. Like just have him be like,
you know, something.
Oh man, but no,
dude. But to that point, the shit with John.
Yeah,
where the whole time you're like, yo, this motherfucker again. He's being depicted as a piece of shit. He let his family get away from him. He's obsessed over the wrong thing. He was harping on Bob for no fucking reason. But then when push came to shove, who was the second one that was there? Walker.
Him. Yeah.
Yelena was the one who anchored him. But then who was the one who actually needed to be there also? It was Walker.
Yeah. Yo, it was
without hesitation.
That line that she gave him hit hard. She's like, well, we already know you're a piece of shit. Your family knows it too.
Yo, that hurt. Because it's like, come on.
That was like, fuck. You want to talk about a low blow?
Yeah, that was like, God.
That was one of those. That was one of those. If he responded back, bitch, I get it.
Yo, that's what I call the Lorena Bobbitt. She didn't kick him in the dick. She cut it off and threw it in a cornfield somewhere.
Yo, that was like, oh, that's fucked up.
And
that's fucked up.
I'm kind of low key upset. The whole discussion about the hat. Oh, if you like the hat, then the hat is cool. Like, fuck out of here.
Fucking mask and a helmet. America, goddammit.
Yeah, it was to make the conversation even more just like corny because it's like, so what do you got? You got this? Yeah, I got this gun.
I know,
like,
but
cool.
you gotta make fun of everything everything I like.
Yeah. I appreciated the Guardian go, which serum did you get? Hydra. Oh, Hydra, you got the fancy shit. It's practically the same thing they gave me in Russia.
No, man.
Yo, what low-key was funny was we're rehashing this, but only because Ray's here.
Sorry.
Yeah.
The emphasis that both Yelena and Guardian put on the girl just took a shit in the middle of the field. It was great. And I brought it up with Toe, and I'll bring it up with you now, Ray. In your headcanon, did the girl shit her pants in the middle of the field? Or did she take her pants down and literally shit in the middle of the field? In your headcanon, which one is it?
I'm thinking she shit in her pants.
The pressure was too much.
The pressure was too much. It was like, shit.
Oh, first you say it, then you do it.
Oh man!
Ray, when's the last time you shit in the middle of a field?
I can't say I have. I can't say.
Well, I can answer this now. Does a family who goes rafting shit in the woods? Yes, because that's where they put the porta potties.
Oh, shit.
But yeah, all right. So now we see at the end of the movie, the portal or whatever breaks through, and it's the Fantastic Four ship.
Yeah.
Now, my theory behind that is Reed Richards was tampering with something, fucked up, and his backup plan was, at least I could get my family out.
Okay.
Like, I think this is going to be one of those, you're a piece of shit. You let your whole galaxy die.
So, yeah, I was going to say, so we're in agreement. This is probably Galactus is winning.
Yeah.
So they have to escape. Like, this is plan B fucking executed.
Hey, don't say plan B around Sue Storm.
Yeah, so I mean, in the some
C.
attractions, she's
This is
Preparation
H. What movie is that?
Where
from,
was that
Ray?
from, Ray? God damn it! I'll give you a hint,
Just
Ray.
double the disappointment because I'm like, fuck, they both said it. This is a reference. I should have fucking been prepared.
I'll give you a hint, Ray.
Okay.
This is from the same movie Michael Myers said, "Hey, do I know you?"
Man, I didn't like the Austin Powers movies. God damn it.
Yo, that's got to be the clip you make.
Just me not liking
first time
Austin.
ever, we say the same thing at the same time,
And
and then we do it twice.
Oh, fuck. Sorry.
Fucking Ray.
Yeah, so I'm also under the assumption that they fail and Galactus wins.
Yeah. I saw
Part of me.
I was gonna say I saw one theory that people were saying it's not them in the ship. That it's Doom fucking stealing their ship and coming. That's how we get fucking. Yeah, again, it's a theory I saw. It's not mine. I'm just thinking they just lost at this point.
It can't be Doom for the simple fact of we need to know why our guys are fucking him up.
Yeah.
And if he just shows up here, unless he wins, He's the one who stops Galactus, and he gets the fucking power cosmic, and
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Yeah.
But I was just like, okay, I'll bring that up eventually. I guess when we do the podcast, because I'm like, I can't see that one.
know,
But okay.
A part of me thinks that scene is going to be the opening scene for Avengers Doomsday.
Probably.
could be.
Because they said that was that wasn't filmed with this movie. That was filmed by the Russo brothers. So it probably was already part of that.
Because
Wait, the
if
end
you
credit
think
scene
about
was
it,
filmed by the Russo brothers?
That under their direction, apparently. Because that wasn't a part of this.
if you think about it, that now at least puts the Fantastic Four in the same timeline as the current MCU.
Yeah.
And if the next thing after the Fantastic Four is Doomsday, we needed them to get there somehow. This is probably going to be Captain Marvel, but not so late.
Yeah. So it was confirmed Joe and Anthony Russo directed the final post-credit scene in Thunderbolts.
Nice. And for anybody playing the home game, my mustache has nothing to do with the Guardian.
It's okay. You want to be in front of a Wheaties box.
If anybody knows me, I could care less about taking credit or being in a fucking spotlight.
Cheerios.
Okay, Cheerios. Got it.
Nah, put me on the cover of Stripperella's cereal.
But
What's the marshmallows? They're all poles.
Because this is what I'm thinking. It's either Reed Richards is going, we can go back in time and fix this, and he fucks up and they come here, or he goes, we need to leave. She got my son. My son is more important than y'all motherfuckers. We'll leave, and then he comes here, or the Silver Surfer goes, you can't win this, and she makes him go.
What about option D?
Always the D with you, Ray.
Yeah. Hey, he tried to give the D to some girl at the thing that we went to a couple weeks ago.
I didn't even do it. Okay.
To be fair, she asked and he didn't say no.
Word.
But anyway, the other
He was
option
just
could be
telling the alphabet, and he said, all right, stop right
the other option could be that Reed Richards discovers at the same time as Galactus that there are other worlds and other fucking universes that he could travel to. And in their failing, he's coming here to prepare us to not fail this time when Galactus shows up.
So they're the new Hulk for Thanos.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this time, them two are also going to turn around like, nah, we'll sit this one out.
Yeah, it's like, you know what? We're not going to fight him again.
Except Bruce Banner showing up and Hulk not being there. It's literally going to be Vanessa Kirby, Pedro Pascal, and whoever the other two dudes are. Like,
Yeah, I mean, do you think we see Doom in Fantastic?
I don't know why. A post credit, maybe.
Yeah, I was gonna say we might see
Post
him
credit
post
tie
credit.
everything in.
Yeah,
maybe
it has
You
to tie in
think-
somehow.
You think we hear a mention of Victor Von Doom?
Earlier in the movie, yeah.
I don't think so. Honestly, I don't think so because they might confuse people.
Mm,
It might confuse people if they start talking about their Victor Von Doom,
yeah,
and it turns out that it's got nothing to do with Robert Downey Jr.'s Victor Von Doom.
What if Denzel Washington is their version of Victor Von Doom?
Dude's gonna show up. All right. I see. All right.
You want my planet, my galaxy, my dimension, and you come in, you don't even say hello?
Yo,
I don't know why he turned into JFK for a second.
You went from, all right, 23-hour lockdown. We are going to go to the moon and do the other thing. What?
We're going 2 different movies.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on the other guy.
All right, Ray.
You ain't going to fool me again.
Ray, you got to, we all did, depending on your view of our impressions, we all did impressions of some degree. It is your turn. Pull anybody. Doesn't matter.
King Kong ain't got shit. That's all I got.
Jesus Christ. Ray, you can't even get a raspy voice. She's like, you make me fucking pop your fucking eye out for this motherfucker? You make me pop out your fucking eye? Movie's that from, Ray?
Hey, Ray, don't even feel bad. I don't even know what the fuck.
Yeah, which one is that from?
It's either
Casino.
1 or 3.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you already said it?
Yeah, what was the 3 you was going to say?
And either Casino, Goodfellas, or Find Me Guilty. No one knew.
Casino.
Shit, I forgot that from Casino.
He's like, this is tough motherfucker. We poked his balls with ice picks. We did this. He had to put his head in the vice. His eye popped out, and then he gave him. He's like, you fucking make me pop your eye out for this motherfucker. I like the way Joe Pesci says motherfucker. Yeah, I'm telling you, I don't have a bad feeling about this movie. I just am very confused with Pedro Pascal's depiction of Reed Richards. Because I am wondering, what are we getting here? Because I seriously am looking for a genius, but not a special Rain Man genius. Just a fucking guy that's smart.
So Pedro Pascal can't play a genius?
No, I'm not saying that. It's just when I see him in this movie, I see a loving husband and the leader of a family.
You see Maxwell
I don't
Lord?
see. Yeah, I don't see fucking, because in the comics he's a piece of shit to Sue Storm sometimes.
Yeah, I don't see Pedro doing that.
Just like the guy who played Mr. Fantastic in the original Fantastic Four movies. He didn't pull out no genius shit.
No.
He was just somebody who, like, I could tell people smart shit I've heard, and I felt like that's what he was doing.
Yeah.
And then they covered it up with jokes. Like he's like, so the thing expanded, and he sees his fingers expand. Like, can you expand every part of your body? Like, bitch, he just told you how the Big Bang Theory worked. And all you're worried about is fucking dick. You got Jessica Alba at home. What the fuck you want a chicken McNugget like you for? What movie is that from, Ray? You got a chicken dinner at home, and you out there going to McDonald's for a chicken McNugget.
Fuck.
Sinbad said it.
Oh, fucking. Oh, wait. Fuck. Hold on. Fuck. Hold on. Fuck.
It's not hold on. It's not fuck hold on either.
House guest.
Huh?
Is it house guest?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Because it was either, I don't know why, either fucking first kid or house guest was coming to my head. So I was like, can't be house guest. First kid. You didn't say
Right. Take solace in the fact that I was like, that never happened in Jingle All the Way, and that's where I end my fucking knowledge of, names of his movies.
I love House Guest. It's such a good fucking...
You never seen House Guest?
No. I've seen it.
Yeah.
Where the dude pretended to be the dentist's friend.
Yeah. And then he got on...
To that dude, and all types of shenanigans happened.
Yeah,
I've seen it.
Yeah,
I just don't know the name of it.
Got you. No, you know what it is, bro? Trust me. It's... Yeah. It took a while for me to recognize, oh, that's what that movie's called. Okay, cool. Screw it. Have Terrence Howard be... Imagine.
And Terrence Howard needs a jacket.
Yo, Terrence Howard is still trying to figure out how 1 + 1 equals infinity times 3. So let him cook. He's funny.
He's gonna be okay, man. Just let him say man.
It's like if you had one apple and you put another apple on the table, how many apples do you have?
Infinity.
2 apples. Wrong. You still have the one apple. You didn't lay claim to that second apple. You don't own it. It could be someone else's. Just there's 2 apples on the table. I asked you how many apples you have. This is math. The Corley Gogan's version of math. This is how the banks do it. They don't tell you that. How much money did I spend on the Corley matters? You spent $200 on groceries. We charged you $1,000. How'd you figure that? Last month you did $200 there, and then you bought a sandwich for $7 and plus the drink. Yeah. We charged you later, and since we had to charge you later, there's interest in that. You didn't have money when we wanted to charge you, but we didn't charge you. So now you owe us $1,000. That's how math works in the banks.
Where is that from?
He's made that shit up.
Yeah, that's from my own personal experience with my bank account.
I was gonna say,
I swear to God, Ray, I swear to God, Ray, I got $2,000 in the bank. I spent $200 on the fucking phone bill. I spent $7 on lunch. I got $93 left. Bro, how did this happen?
It was that New York State law, bro. They finally got it back. New York State law came bite you in the ass.
You want to buy that fucking phone? We're gonna keep buying.
We're charging you for that phone every
fucking check. That's how the tariffs work.
Exactly.
They're charging me for the tariff. Fucking motherfucker, you motherfucker. Son of a bitch. If the Fantastic Four don't have that genius level math, then I'm not gonna be convinced.
So here's a question I posed to you guys because I refused to bring it up before because it was gonna be spoilerish because Toe hadn't seen it, but now that he's seen the trailer, it's in the trailer. So we could talk about it.
Okay.
Is anybody else? And I think I might have brought this up to you, and we had Toe leave.
Okay.
But now that he's here, is anybody else concerned about the timing in which we get that scene where Sue Storm says she's pregnant? Because if she has to go out there and fight Galactus pregnant, even if it's in the early stages,
yeah.
How? Yeah, if anybody's a doctor, is that going to be okay?
I feel like that scene that when we find out she's pregnant has to be later in the movie, and that's probably why.
Because I feel like that's the first 10 minutes.
Imagine.
Yeah. Here's a question. Yeah. Do we believe that's Franklin Richards in her stomach and not the daughter?
I think Franklin's the older one.
I know, but doesn't the daughter have more of her powers?
Yeah, but it wouldn't make. I mean, why would you rewrite? And again, I'm not this type of guy. I don't give a shit normally. But why would you make the Silver Surfer a female? And then their first child, the female.
Well, because what if she's pregnant, she fights the Silver Surfer, and the Silver Surfer's cosmic energy goes into the baby? Because aren't they saying that Franklin Richards is the smartest being in the world, but isn't her daughter like one of the most powerful fucking beings or some shit?
I don't know. They don't harp on her too much. Everything's about Franklin. From my knowledge of the Fantastic Four. But it would only make sense to bring him in now.
Because he's the one who saves us?
Well, because you're doing Secret Wars. Now remember, this is Doomsday. Secret War, they have the original one. They have the one that came out in like 2011 or some shit, the reboot that had Dr. Doom make Battleworld and do all the shit, which we've been assuming is it. And I think they just did something similar to where the reason we now have the new Ultimates universe is because Franklin did something similar to Battleworld where he just made other fucking... Like, he made a space with other fucking versions of shit, and then that branched off. I mean, they could put a twist in and set it up that Franklin Richards is the real big bad of that movie because of his ability to just remake reality and shit. Like,
That could work.
we don't know what they're doing, and despite wins in here, I don't know if they have a solid plan of what the fuck they're doing.
Do you see this being something that wipes all of reality and it's kind of like the next phase is the Ultimates?
No.
Where it's like, where the characters that we know are gone, but now there's versions of the new characters. So it could be that Vic Mackey is still Sam Wilson, but the Sam Wilson he's portraying is a different version.
He got back to being the Falcon, and there's a new white boy who's Captain America.
And it's like the X-Men are now the main crux.
I don't
the
see
main
that
thing.
now. I possibly see that after Doom.
I down the line,
because I think
when they run out of people when people can no longer play these characters and they're still trying to turn out these movies,
yeah,
then they can be like, well, now Marvel's Ultimates and recast everybody without anybody throwing a hissy fit because this is not your mom's fucking Tony Storm, or whatever the fuck.
And we could finally get and what Superman, the real Superman's name?
Clark Kent?
No,
Henry Cavill?
the guy who Henry Cavill is Spider-Man.
Yo, Ray, you laugh, but what if he's Kane? For anybody who doesn't know, Spider-Man had a whole clone saga.
Yeah.
And there's, I believe, 2 of them still out. Ben
I
Reilly.
wouldn't mind that, but I think so. Because I feel like we might get that after Galactus. Because how the fuck do they beat Galactus?
I mean, Galactus he's easy enough. Just destroy his ship and send him reeling.
The Thing knocked out Galactus before, didn't he?
Well, all they need is a Squirrel Girl.
Yeah, he does everything.
Do we see? We'll see crazier shit. Okay, we'll see what happens.
Yo, I'm telling you, if I was making this movie, and it would only be for me,
Okay,
because I don't even think actual fans of Squirrel Girl would want to see this depicted. But I would have her stand toe to toe with Galactus, and we literally cut away to someone going, "What the hell is she? Holy shit!" And we cut back, and Galactus is twitching on the fucking ground, and she's standing over him like, "You stupid son of a bitch!"
imagine.
Yo, and then after we have that, maybe like 3-4 years down the road, we realize it was fucking Deadpool. Deadpool was the one. He just went in there and said, "Oh shit, look, Galactus," and kicked him in the nuts, and he fell down, and Squirrel Girl was like, "You stupid motherfucker!" It was fucking Deadpool and Stan Lee all this time. And Watu's just chasing Deadpool. Give me back the fucking thing to go through the multiverse.
Bye, guys.
You got a potty mouth there, Watu. Shit. That's what we need. We need a 48 hours remake with Deadpool and a Watu.
Yep. We just need Ryan Reynolds to do Deadpool in just weird scenarios. Just keep Deadpool.
He said that's what he wants to do.
in Manhattan.
He doesn't want to do a full on movie now. He just wants to show up in other shit.
Made in Manhattan, Deadpool.
Imagine instead of the little boy fucking in the press conference scene, you have Deadpool. Just...
Fucking what was the name of that movie with Brendan Fraser where he made a wish from the devil?
Bedazzled? I think it's something along the lines of Bedazzled.
Come on, Ray.
My phone
only
is
Brendan
dead, so I
Fraser
can't
movie
check.
I really remember is fucking the one with the monkey.
Monkey Bones?
Yeah.
You don't even remember The Mummy?
I do, but
You don't remember George of the Jungle? Dudley Do Right, Encino Man,
Really?
Dead Poet
Encino Man?
Society.
I remember these movies. It was just for the joke. Just gotta go with Monkey Ball first. The most
What do
stupidest
you
movie.
know, Ray?
Huh? Well, while Toad's looking that up, I want to remind everyone we are back tomorrow at 9 p.m. with Knucklehead Sports. As holy shit, the Knicks might do it this year.
No, Mike.
My apologies, the Knicks.
Jason Tatum's out.
Yeah, bro, he's the
He
ACL.
tore his Achilles.
Oh, his Achilles. Yeah, bro, fuck, that was sad.
Wait, what did you say he tore?
I was about to say his ACL and it's his Achilles, but it was just, bro, just watching it is fucked up because you can tell they're trying to cover him because my guy broke down, fucking crying. Because Thursday we are back with Wrestling with Knuckleheads, as we'll give our full breakdown of Backlash and letting you know why half of us think the Cena match was okay and why the other think it was garbage. And then Friday, Friday we are back with the Toe of the Show with Ray and Gene and Joe.
Technically 3 times. That shit was trash.
We're gonna talk about it on Thursday. And then Friday.
It was bedazzled.
It was? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't remember that movie at all. Shit.
That movie. What the fuck was it? When he was like, "Oh, I want to be a basketball player with a big slung." They gave it to him, but then he turned out to be gay. And it's like, "Come on, man!"
No. He was stupid. The basketball player was stupid, so he didn't get the cues. And he's like, "You gotta give 110%, 110%." Then he was like, "I want to be rich, charming, with a huge stick." And then yeah. And she's like, "You gotta be very specific here." I may say, "I want a Big Mac." She took him to McDonald's and bought him a Big Mac. He's like, "No fries." Like, you didn't ask for that.
That's one of those movies that, depending on how old you are when you watch it, you're like, "Oh, this movie's fun. I like it." And then you're an adult and you go, one of two ways: you either get it and you're more endeared to it, or you don't get it and you're like, "This was the dumbest thing I've ever seen."
And then you're also like, all I need is one wish. And it's the longest, like, fucking contingency after contingency.
No, you laugh. There's a short with it, or a whole video where this dude is trying to think of the perfect wish. And he's talking to the genie. And he goes, "What if I did this?" And the genie was like, "Oh, nah, the loophole's here. What about this? That's good, but then the loophole's over there." And they're working it out. And at the end, he gives like a 30 to 40 second fucking wish where every contingency. And the genie's like, "You got it. There's no loopholes. You made the perfect wish." And he goes, "Great. I wish for that." And the genie's like, "Oh, you just fucked up." And he just gave him the thing he had in his hand.
Motherfuckers. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, don't go making wishes and don't go chasing waterfalls. It's your friendly neighborhood knuckleheads signing out. Peace, everybody.
Noses.